Good morning, students. Welcome back to the class. Today's date is 11th June 2020. So, in our last class, we have almost completed our second chapter, which is continents and oceans, latitudes and longitudes, which is the second part of the second lesson. So today we are going to do a overall summary of the lesson, and also we are going to discuss few of the questions. Now let's read out the summary, or you can say the recap of the overall lesson. So we have discussed about oceanographer, right? So who is an oceanographer? Oceanographer studies the oceans, plants and animals' life underwater and the sea, and also studies the movement of the ocean water. So oceanographer basically they whatever living beings are there underwater, they study about them and also about the movement of the water. Then there are four directions: north, south, east and west. The north pole is at the top and south pole is at the bottom of the earth. Then we have the vertical and horizontal. Vertical and horizontal. Vertical and horizontal lines which are placed at regular intervals around the earth are called latitudes and longitudes. So they are measured in degrees. The coordinates of a place mark the point where a latitude and longitude cross one another. So when latitude and longitude cross one another, so this point is called the coordinate, right? And if you want to locate a place, we can, for example, I have already shown you how to do it in a Google map or in a GPS, right? Okay. Now let's move towards the difference between latitudes and longitudes. Now, latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines around the earth running from east to west. So they are running from east to west. The equator is the imaginary line that divides the earth into two horizontal halves. They are called the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So equator is the middle line of the latitude which divides the earth into two halves. That is the horizontal half. The northern hemisphere, the upper portion is called the northern hemisphere and the lower portion is called the southern hemisphere. The latitudes are used to study the different climatic zones. So with the help of latitudes, the researcher or the scientists they used to study, or the weather reporters they used to study the climatic zones, which region has what kind of climate, etc. Now let's move towards the longitudes. So longitudes are imaginary vertical lines connecting from North Pole to South Pole. You can say from North Pole to South Pole, okay? The prime meridian, in a similar way like the equator, the prime meridian and 180-degree meridian are imaginary lines that divide the earth into two halves, two vertical halves, because longitudes are vertical lines, right? Therefore, they are, so the meridian, it runs from North Pole to South Pole. So it will divide the earth, or it is dividing the earth into two halves, that is the Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere. Longitudes helps us to know the different time zones. So like latitudes which helps us to know the different climatic zones, longitude helps us to know the different time zones. We have, every country has their own time zones, right? So if it is morning, if it is a day in here, then it is night at America, right? So all the phases have different timings. Therefore longitudes helps us to know the different time zones. Now let's move towards the continents and oceans. So what are continents? Continents are large land masses on earth. So there are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. So Asia is the largest continent while Australia is the smallest continent, right? And Antarctica is a continent where very less people, or you can say there are no living beings live there. Why? Because it is too cold there and it is in the South Pole, and for 8 months, continuously for 8 months, the Antarctica is covered with ice. They have the winter season going on for 8 months. So it becomes difficult for human beings to survive in Antarctica. Now let's come to the oceans. Oceans are large bodies of salty water and cover 3/4 of the Earth's surface. Now there are 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, which is also called as Antarctic Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. Then we are coming to the next part, which is the hard outermost rocky layer of the earth is called its crust. So the outer part is called the crust, and the center is called the core, right? The gradual movement, the hard outermost rocky layer of the earth is called its crust and is made up of many sections like plates, which I have already discussed in the continental drift. The gradual movement of the continents across the Earth's surface is called continental drift. Clear? So these are the main points that we have discussed in our last few classes. Now let's move towards the workbook. Now I have already given you homework from page number 11, multiple choice and the fill in the blanks. Now please correct the answers. So multiple choice questions. How many main directions are there? 1, 2, 3 or 4? So we already know that there are 4 directions, right? So the answer will be D. Next, number 2. What is half of the earth known as? So when longitudes and latitudes divide the halves, we call it as hemisphere, right? So the options are already given there: hemisphere, interval, tropic and coordinate. So the answer is A, hemisphere. Now come to the 3, fill in the blanks. Number 3, the dash ocean is the shallowest of the world's ocean. It is the Arctic Ocean, right? Number 4, the axis of the earth passes through the poles. So these are the correct answer of page 11. Question answers I will be giving you in the WhatsApp group. Now let's move towards the circle the correct word. Number 8, seas, oceans are the largest salt water bodies. It is the oceans which are the largest water bodies, not the seas. Okay, so you have to circle the word ocean. Number 9, Antarctica is surrounded by the Arctic Ocean or the Southern Ocean. So did you remember the another name for the Southern Ocean? Yes, it is Antarctic Ocean. Therefore, Antarctica, why it is called Antarctic Ocean? Because it surrounds the Antarctica, the continent Antarctica, right? Therefore, Antarctica is surrounded by the Southern Ocean. So circle the Southern Ocean. Next, number 10. The South Pole or North Pole is located in Antarctica. So I have already, in just few minutes back, I have already told you that Antarctica is located in the, South Pole. So therefore, circle the word South Pole. The South Pole is located in Antarctica. Number 11. The deepest point in the world is located in Pacific Ocean or Indian Ocean. So the deepest point, right? The Mariana Trench is located in Pacific Ocean. Now let's move towards the long answer questions. Now question number 14, there is a map given, right? So label the following continents and oceans of the world map given below. So I have already shown you the continents, right? Each of the continent, their size, their map, right? So you have to label it accordingly to the shape of the continent. Okay, so here already I have shown label it. Just please go around and look into this and try to write, or you can say label it on your workbook. So now the first thing you have to remember is that you have to remember the size and shape of each continent, because it is very necessary. It will be coming in your exam. Okay, so you have to locate the correct oceans as well as the continent. Clear? So as you can see here, we have the North America, and below the North America there is the Pacific Ocean, right? Then beside North America we have the Atlantic Ocean. In middle, you can say in the middle of North America and Europe, we have the Atlantic Ocean. Then we have Europe, then Asia, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Australia, and Southern Ocean. So now it is very difficult to locate the Antarctic as it is in the South Pole. So therefore, South Pole is not given. Sorry, uh, Antarctica is not given, right? But you have to locate each of the continents very carefully. Now let's come to the next one, which is the multiple choice questions. Number 15. A famous geologist spoke about a discovery made in the rocky layer of the earth. Which layer was he talking about? A. Core, B. Atmosphere, C. Crust, D. Mantle. Now, as you can see, we have already know that the rocky layer, right, the hard surface, the rocky layer is the outer part of the earth, which is also known as crust, right? Therefore, the answer will be C, crust. Then come to question number 16. What could be caused by the movements of continents? A. Earthquakes, B. Floods, C. Famines, D. Forest fires. Continental drift. Remember, continental drift is related to the moving of the plates, right? So the moving of the plates is related with the earthquakes. Remember it, okay? So the answer will be A, earthquakes. Now let's move to the next one. As you can see here, I have already given the answer here, so you can note it down from the screen. So long answer question. Number the picture to show the correct order of events. Which event would the picture show? What would have happened in the event if the event did not take place? So there are three pictures, right? So these are the pictures of, as you can see, it is a continental drift, right? So we have to number the pictures accordingly, right? First, as we have already studied, continental drift, it was the whole, earlier the landmass was a one piece of whole, right? And later on, due to continental drift, which is the moving of the plates below the earth, and the continuous moving has made the or you can say the separated the land masses, it has divided the land masses, which is the current continents we have now, the location of the current continent, right? So therefore the first one will be the third picture will be the first one. Why? Because all the continents are almost together, right? Then it was separated a little bit, which will be the, then second will be the first picture, and the third will be the second picture. Clear? So you have to number it. Then what would have happened if the event did not take place? Because this picture shows how continental drift took place, right? The formation of continents as they are today would not be possible if continental drift had not taken place. If continental drift would not have taken place, the current position of the continents would have never happened. It is only due to the moving of the plates the current position of the continents have been placed. Clear? Now let's move towards the, you can write the answer from here itself on the screen, okay? Don't forget. Okay, then let's come to the HOTS, okay? So here is given, this is a picture of the Louvre Museum. It is located in France, Europe. Find out its coordinates. Will you be able to reach the museum using only the coordinates? Why do you think so? So now the thing is, this picture belongs to the Louvre Museum, which is in France, Europe. It is very far from India, right? From the continent Asia. So, but it is beside continent Asia, but far from India. So now we have to find the coordinates. Okay, you can Google search it and find the coordinates. Now, will you be able to reach the museum using only the coordinates? Will you be able to? Yes, we can. Obviously, we can reach the museum. Now, why do you think so? It is possible, right? Because we have the coordinates with us, and we can, and with the coordinate, we can locate any place on the earth. Now, as I have shown you in the GPS, suppose you are going to a tourist place, right? You're visiting a new place and you wanted to visit a particular place and you don't know the route of the place. What you are going to do it then? In that case, you are going to take out your Google map. you're going to type the, now as the technology has advanced, we can type the name of the place and then choose our directions. In this way, the same way, instead of the typing the name, we can also put the coordinates and get to that particular place. Now let's read out the answer. So the coordinate of Louvre Museum is 48.8606 degree north and 2.3376 degree east are the coordinates of the Louvre Museum. Yes, I will be able to reach the museum using only the coordinates, as these can be used to locate any place on the earth. So with the name of the place and the coordinates, we can locate any place on the earth. Clear? Now let's move to the next one. Map practice. Now you have to be very good with the map practice. You have to remember everything. Okay. So here you have, on the given map of India, mark and label the following: A. Eastern coastal plains. B. Western coastal plains. C. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. D. Lakshadweep. E. Rann of Kutch. F. Satpura Range. G. Rajmahal Hills. And H. Vindhya Range. Now here I have already given you where to locate it. Okay. So the point has been already given here, as you can see here. So number A was Eastern Coastal Plains, right? It is here. As you can see here, this is number A. Then we have number B, Western Coastal Plains. So Eastern is this side, Western is this side. Remember it, Western Coastal Plains. Then we have Andaman and Nicobar Island, which is below the map of India. Then we have Lakshadweep in the west part. Then we have Rann of Kutch, which is in Gujarat, right? Then we have Vindhya Range here. And then we have, before going to the Vindhya Range, after Rann of Kutch, we have Satpura Range and then Vindhya Range. Okay. And then the last is the Rajmahal Hills. Clear? So put it accordingly. And this is very important, where the locations are situated. Please try to remember each of the locations carefully. So this is what we have come to the end of the lesson, the question answers, discussion of the question answers. So now we will be moving towards the question answers, which I will be giving in the WhatsApp group. So here I am, my class. I hope you have understood the lesson carefully. So stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.